All right. We're gonna start on our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. This is 30 minutes of yoga. It's gonna go real fast. But I don't want you to feel rushed, and I don't want you to think about it being short. I want you to be in every moment of it, the entire time, as if you had all the time in the world. Right knee stays in, left leg extends out. Right leg to the sky. And then press your foot, press your leg, wherever you're holding, into your hands. So that you are not just pulling the leg in. You're absolutely not pulling the leg in. You're pressing the leg into the hands. You're creating some resistance. You're waking up your hamstring in this lengthened position. Release the leg with the hands and then see if maybe by pushing the left leg down, you can get a greater range of motion here. So you're basically in a split on your back. And then take your right leg just to like 2 inches, very small, over to the right, and then draw in a little bit more and see if you have maybe like a millimeter, maybe a little more, like extra additional space just show up for you. And then we're gonna take this right leg out to the right, but without using your hands. Bring it back up. Bring it over to the left any amount, no hands. Keep both shoulders rooted. And draw back up to center, and then both knees come back in. Excellent. Keep your left knee and extend your right leg out. And then extend that left leg up and hold wherever it feels good. So foot, ankle, calf. And wherever you're holding, press the leg back into that point. So if it's your hands on your leg, push the point of your leg, or if it's your hand at your foot, push your foot into your leg. Start to strengthen the right leg down even more. And then release that foot. See if you can find some more expansion here, getting the legs further away from each other by giving the right leg more juice down and the left leg more extension up. And then take the leg a little to the left and see if you can get even more there. You might not, by the way. It might be exactly the same. Without using the hands, take the leg out all the way to the left, any amount. I'm running into the wall. I didn't position myself very well. And then bring it across over to the right. Keep the shoulders rooted. Come back to center, both knees in. Breathe. Reach the feet forward, lift up, Navasana, boat pose, yes. Open your eyes. Cross your shins, downward facing dog. Hi, mister. Palm the floor. Drop the heels, lift the hips a little higher. Send your spine back toward your thighs. Allow your ears to drop between your biceps. Inhale, glide forward, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. And downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come forward with the right knee coming into your chest, come through plank, and then place your right foot forward. Left knee down. Lift up. Good. Lift the pelvis, so lift the front of the hips up. Engage your left glute a lot. Squeeze that hip. Push into the front foot and then take the arms up. Back foot rooting down like crazy. And the more you engage that left glute, the more opener you're going to get in the front of the left hip. And then straighten the front leg, shift your hips back. Dig this right heel down and pull the heel back toward your hip. So again, we've got the hamstring in a lengthened position and we're saying, do a little work for me here. Just do a little bit of work.
Breathe.
Rebend the front leg. Tuck the back toes. Push off. Blocks are great here if you want. Standing splits. It is okay for your hip, your left hip, to open up a little bit. It's totally fine. If you prefer staying neutral, stay neutral. And you can kind of play with those and see what feels better. I get different things out of both. Press as much into that right foot as you can and extend that left foot away. Bring your feet together. Inhale halfway. Fold, exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Step back to plank. Breath in and plank. Chaturanga or the floor. Any back bend that you like. Up dog, cobra. Yes. Downward facing dog, exhale. Pause, breathe here. Inhale, glide forward plank, left knee to chest, place your left foot forward. Right knee down. Anjaneyasana, rising up, right glutes, engage, lift the front of the hips up, and then press that front foot down, the back foot down, and then you can let yourself kind of come forward a little bit. But here's the deal, the more you engage here, the more you press here, you're not gonna collapse forward. It's not gonna happen. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna find that you're gonna get a nice big stretch in the front of that right hip, and there's not that far to go to feel that. But you gotta do the work. Last inhale. And then straighten the front leg, shift your hips back. Good. Beautiful. Dig that front heel down. Wake up the hamstring. Pull the spine long. Good. Rebend the front leg. Standing splits. Lift that right leg up. And so you can decide if you want to open the hips a little or if you want to keep the hips really square. You can kind of test that, see what feels best on your body. Last inhale. Feet together, exhale. Inhale halfway. Fold down with your exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Take it back to plank. Breath in. Chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, rise open. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg stretches back. Right foot steps forward, exhale. Just like for Anjaneyasana, lift the front of the pelvis. You can bend the back knee, lift, 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 engage the left glute, come up into crescent. Now, maybe start to, keeping this position of the pelvis, start to straighten that back leg any amount. Try not to let it pull you out of that nice position, that leveling of the pelvis. Warrior 2, open up. Inhale, straighten the front leg. If it's okay, pick up your toes. It might not be okay, but if it's okay, pick up your toes. And then see if you can reach for your toes with your right hand. And then turning open as if you were in triangle. I mean, you are in triangle. We've just taken a really kind of funky foot here, if it feels all right. Good. Left hand comes around. Pivot to the pinky side of your left foot. Maybe keep this foot. And then side plank, Vashisthasana. So it's exactly the same shape. Yeah. And then Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. And exhale, place your foot forward. Lift your pelvis, rise, 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 rise. Engage the right glutes, reach up. So see if you can sink and power up that back leg. So sinking into the front leg, powering up the back leg. One more inhale. Warrior two, opening. Yes. So good. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Consider lifting up the toes. And then if it's okay, reach your hand for that foot. Good. You might not get to the foot. You can still do this with your hand like a block or on your shin. So good, so good. Yes, yes. Bring your hand around. Vashisthasana. Maybe keep this left foot as you lift up. Come through center. Chaturanga. Rise, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, heels high, knees bend, feet to your hands. Halfway inhale, and bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, feet to your hands. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Reach forward, use your hamstrings. Inhale, rise, 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 rise. Draw your hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Bring your hands to your heart as you forward fold. Use your hamstrings to control this forward. Inhale, halfway, hands stay at your heart. Hands come to the ground, chaturanga. Rise, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right tricep. And then place your right foot outside of your right hand. Take your left hand a little further forward, turn your toes to the left, let your hips sink down, and then reach up and lift up. And do that again. Sink down, and then reach up and lift up. One more time. Release it down, and then come up. Bring your hands around. Walk your right foot all the way over to the left, and then single leg pigeon. And we're not gonna be passive here. We're gonna stay upright in the torso. So if you need to use some blocks here to kind of give yourself support, go for it. Push your back foot down a lot. Your toes can be pointed or tucked, but push your back foot down a lot. Imagine that you're pulling your front leg and your back leg in opposition. So like, imagine you could get your front leg to the back of the mat and your back leg to the front of the mat. It's not gonna happen, but there's this pull that brings you into center. If you feel stable here, take the arms up. If you don't, give yourself support. Now engage the left glute a little more. Feel that big opening of the front of the left hip. Possibly into the thigh, but probably primarily in the hip. Good. Right hand comes down. If it's okay, left hand lifts up and over. Come back around through center. Tuck your back toes. Plank, inhale. Lower to your belly, exhale. Bend both of your knees, reach back. Don't take your feet, just lift your feet up, reach back with your hands. Wake up your hamstrings, wake up your glutes, open up your chest. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Enjoy your breath. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Place your foot outside. Take your right hand further forward, turn your toes to the left, sink your hips down, and then press up. And let's do that again. Sink the hips down, and then press up. One more time, sink, and press up. Really nice. Bring that left hand around, walk your left foot all the way over to the right side. Single leg pigeon. Really active here. Use blocks if you need. Push the back foot down. Push the front shin, the pinky side of the front foot down. Pull the legs toward each other energetically. Stay supported, or if you feel okay, take the arms up. Now engage the right hip a lot. So squeeze your glutes on the right leg, on the right side, the hip. And then left hand, if it's okay, drops down, right arm comes up and over. Keep engaging that right hip. Inhale, rise back up. And then hands come down. Plank, inhale. Belly down, exhale. Bend both of your knees, reach back. This time, take your feet, push your feet away, rise up and open. And downward facing dog, press back. Beautiful. Enjoy your breath. Right leg back, inhale. Right foot forward, exhale. Left knee down. Option to come down onto your left forearm. You can use a block here. I'm gonna walk my right foot a little wider actually. It's gonna feel better for me, but you decide. And then I'm gonna bend my back leg, find my back foot with my right hand.
And instead of just all pulling in or all pushing away, I'm going to engage my left glute and get a sense of balance here, of equal pulling, equal pushing. One more inhale. Release the foot, come around. Okay, so if you have a block, I'm going to show you how you can use a block for this, but you don't have to. You're going to start to straighten the front leg. And I'm going to keep my right leg a little bit open, a little bit on an angle. So we're working towards splits, if you couldn't tell from all the stuff that we did. You can start to extend the front leg forward and just stop wherever you stop. You might have like this window of space where you're like, I'm really close and I just could use a little support. And if that's the case, you can take it forward until you feel like you could get a block under you, under your hip. And so much of the time we think that the mobility for splits comes from the hamstring. That's half of it. That's half of it. But there's also this mobility that needs to happen from the other hip, from the psoas, the hip flexors. And keep that left glute engaged. We're not passive here. We are not passive here. That same energy we had in pigeon, that drawing the front leg back, the back leg forward, we've got that now. You're not just like splatting here and hoping for the best. Be engaged. Hi. Last 2 breaths. And then draw the leg back if you went forward. Rebend your front knee, and then step back plank. Breath in plank. Lower to your belly, exhale. Bend both of your knees, reach back, find your feet, kick away. And then downward facing dog. Left leg stretches back, inhale. Step your left foot forward. I'm going to take mine wide. Right knee comes down. If you want, you can use a block under your right arm, or you can bring your forearm down. You don't have to. If you want, bend the back leg, find the foot, engage this right glute, and then equal push and pull. Energetically pull your left foot and your right knee toward each other. If you have the foot, gently release it. I'm going to keep my front leg a little wide, a little bit on an angle. You can grab a block if you want, and you start to move the leg forward. And you can put the block on the highest height, on the lowest height. You can kind of make sure that you feel solid here. Doesn't have to be pretty. That'll happen with time, or not. I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty ever. If you feel stable, maybe the arms come up. Work the legs a lot. Right hip engages. And then with care, we exit out. So if you have come forward, you'll draw the leg back, or if you were on a block, you'll carefully take the block out. Step back to plank, breath in. This time, simply chaturanga. Clear it out, inhale. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Bend your knees and then lie back all the way. Both knees in, just like we started. And then right leg to the sky, left leg extends down. And then just like we started, press that left leg down and see how much you can draw the right leg in. And just notice, I mean, we didn't make a marker in the beginning, but just notice how it feels now. We did this exact same thing in the very beginning of class. Just noticing if maybe you feel a little stronger, your range of motion is maybe a little greater. It might not be, but it might be. And then take the leg like 2 inches to the right. And then do the same thing, push and lift. And then take the leg a little further out to the right, just like we did in the beginning. And draw back up, and then bend the right knee, take a twist, just bring the knee across. Come back to center, both knees in. Right leg extends out, left leg to the sky. Without using your hands, to see what kind of space is available to you. Press that right leg down like crazy. And then take the leg about 2 inches to the left. And then push the right leg down more and see if by using the muscles in your legs, if you might be able to draw the leg a little closer toward you. And still not using the hands, take the leg all the way out to the left as far as it feels good. Enjoy your breath. And then bring it across to the right. Bend the knee and twist. Draw back to center. Release both legs out straight, both arms at your side. Allow your eyes to soften. Allow your body to become quiet. Allow your breath to deepen. Wake up your hands and your feet. Arms reach overhead. Knees bend. Roll to your right side. Push down into your left hand. Push down into your right hand. Rise up to sitting. Just sit tall, sit comfortably. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart and just feel how you feel, what you feel. Take a breath in and bow your mind to your heart. Rise, inhale, eyes open. Thank you.